and we're gonna make a headboard out of it. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
Welcome to our newest adventure where through thrifting and real life DIYs, we're going to revive this rental.
Okay guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. In this video, if you saw the title, we're making a headboard out of cardboard. Now hear me out before you are like, this is gonna look so ridiculous. So even Joseph was like, are you building a fort?
What I tell you about building forts in my warehouse?
And I'm like, no, I'm making a headboard. So I'm trying as hard as possible to block the sides and everything else that's going on, because there will be a full room makeover tour after this video. If you haven't yet, go back and watch the very first video in this series so that you can see kind of what we're working with, why I started this series. Let's get into why I even want to make a headboard out of cardboard. Okay, so I have been looking online for headboards for a really long time because the room doesn't look complete, honestly. So I scoured the internet and I found a couple different ideas that I really liked. What I originally actually was going to do was just get one of those headboard arch stickers, and that was originally going to be the plan for this room. And while it is renter friendly, so if you watch this and you're like, I don't want to try that, you could do the arched sticker, because an arch headboard, that's what I want. So then I found this scalloped arched headboard and I fell in love with it. But I'm not paying these prices. Now if you want to, do you, but I, for this room, do not want to spend that much. So I am going to try, I hope it comes out like I see it in my head. It sounds easy in my head. I'm gonna walk you through it. I'm gonna show you the mistakes. I'm gonna show you the wins. I'm gonna show you it all. And hopefully by the end of this, we come out with a headboard of my dreams. Let's get all the supplies and start making this cardboard headboard. Okay, let's go.
To complete this DIY, you will need obviously cardboard, a measuring tape, some scissors, some painter's tape or duct tape, hot glue, a hot glue gun, some command strips, batting, and a fabric of your choice.
As far as cardboard goes, so you can get cardboard boxes for free. Do not pay for them. You can go to Marketplace, they have a ton. You can go to stores and just ask if they have boxes left over. And honestly, even people in my neighborhood had boxes just laying out that they were recycling, that I saw on recycling day. So really, do not pay for your boxes, and I'm trying to make this as budget friendly as possible as well. And same goes with your fabric. You do not have to go spend $1 million on fabric. In fact, I actually grabbed this at the thrift store, and it's just a pair of curtains, and I'm gonna cut it up and just use it like fabric, because essentially that's what it is. Also, I saw at Walmart they have value fabric section. I don't know if you're familiar at all with the fabric section of Walmart, and I'm sure other kinds of craft stores have this as well. I am going to finish taping the box so it is one solid piece to begin our template, and then I think I'm gonna come back to this tomorrow. Okay guys, welcome to my living room. It's just easier to do a project like this out here where I have way more space. So I have since grabbed more boxes, and they actually were just put out for recycling, and I grabbed them just in case. I don't know if I'm gonna need them, but like I said, you guys do not need to pay for boxes. I may have looked rather sketchy just going in my neighbor's recycling bin, grabbing a box, but it is what it is. So now we are finally on to actually making the headboard and putting this together. For reference, I have a king size bed. So it's a very large scale project. So if you make this and you have anything smaller than a king size bed, this is going to be so much easier than doing something this big. So I think I have actually switched up the game plan just a little bit, because instead of like the one that I had kind of like the scallop design, I'm gonna combine that one and then this other one right here and just put them together. So it's going to have straight sides and then the top is going to arch, and we're still gonna divide it and put it together in pieces because number one, I think it's just going to be easier than just putting one giant piece up on the wall, but having it in pieces is going to be much easier. And second, I think it will just stay on the wall much better by having it in pieces instead of one giant piece. So, all right, I think it's time to finally get going. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is actually measure the length and find the middle of our box. This will help us create the arch in just a second. So for reference, my headboard is going to be 64 inches wide, so 32 inches was where I needed to have the middle point. I also did the center of the box, and all the way at the top, I made a reference point. Okay, so this is probably the hardest part of this whole DIY, and that is making the arch. So the reason we made all of these center points on the box is so that we can go to the very top and use that as our point. Now I just made one of these little, you know how like you can make a circle with a string and a pencil and then you tape it down to make a perfect circle. So that's all I did. I just have string attached to a pencil, and I'm going to find the top where I marked earlier and go all the way down to the halfway point of the box. So the reason why I ended up switching it from only arching the top part and not the whole thing was because it's just easier. There was so much like formulas and steps and stuff to make the whole thing an even arch. So making it in a smaller arch at just the top was much easier. So hopefully this is also much easier for you guys. Okay, so now we have our shape. You can see it. Do you see the vision coming together? Do you see it? So essentially, you're going to find the middle part of your box, the center of your box. And then you're gonna do that at the bottom, in the middle, and the top. And then at the middle point and the top is where your arch is going to be. That's the section of the bed that your arch is going to be. You're gonna take your pencil and string, put that at your middle point in the center of your box, take it to the top point, and make your arch all the way around. Clear as mud? Okay, let's keep going. To determine the width of each section of the headboard, you're just gonna divide the whole width of your headboard by however many sections. Since mine is 64 inches long, it just made sense to make each section 8 inches because then it divides equally into 64. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make each section 8 inches and then cut them the length of the headboard. So now it's finally time to put everything together. So we're gonna take our cardboard pieces that we just cut out. So it's gonna be layered. We're first gonna add our batting layer, and then over top of that, we will add the fabric. The batting is obviously just gonna make it look more upholstered when it's not really upholstered. And then the fabric is gonna go on top of that. And all we're gonna do to attach these pieces on is use some good old fashioned hot glue. So the first thing you're gonna do is lay your piece down back side up, because then we're gonna take this piece right here and just glue it over the edge. And I'm just gonna use a marker to mark where I need to cut, and do that for every single piece. By now, we have all of our pieces of cardboard with the batting on it. I have hot glue all over my fingers, but that's okay. But I am quickly running out of daylight, so I am going to do the same process just with our final fabric, and then I will come back tomorrow and give you guys the final reveal. All right, let me finish this. And then with editing magic, I'll be right back. So it is finally time to assemble everything. I have everything laid out right here on the bed. You just put it back together like a puzzle. It's not hard, there's only 8 pieces, and it's easy to tell where everything goes. So now all I'm gonna do is add command strips to the back of each piece and pop it onto the wall. I will tell you this real quick. You know how we taped the boxes together in the beginning? Do not use green tape. That was my fault, so that's okay. We fixed the problem, but pro tip, don't use green painter's tape. You can use painter's tape, just not green. Okay, so let's get this on the wall and finally do all the final touches and reveal this bed and headboard. Okay guys, the headboard is up. Can you even believe that that's made out of cardboard? I told you to trust the process, and this is an awesome DIY because you can literally customize it however you want, whatever shape you want, whatever color fabric you want, and just make it how you want it. So lastly, I want to go over prices and what this actually costs. Okay, so at Goodwill, I spent $2.99 on the fabric for this DIY. And at Walmart, I spent $23.42. Boxes were obviously free, so for a grand total of $27, so less than $30. So remember, some of these headboards were upwards of $500, and we made this one for $30. Now, I need to see how long it holds up, but it's not very heavy, and I am just so thrilled with how this turned out. Can't wait to see if you guys try this. If you do, let me know. Just comment below if you are going to try this, and I cannot wait to see how yours turns out. Stay tuned for the next video for the final full master bedroom reveal, and until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.